Hi, and welcome to Freelancer Showcase, hosted by Slice Creative Network and TETV. My name is Melody Matheny. I'm the founder of Slice Creative Network, and today we're going to meet a Slice freelancer who's been part of the network for a number of years, named Sara Gilman. Sara, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So nice to have you on. It's such a pleasure. I've known your name and seen your work for many years, and you're very well loved and respected in the freelancer community and the attractions industry. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it's good to hear. Thank you so much for having me on and being able to do this.
Sure. So let's get straight into it. I'd like to know what disciplines do you work in?
I am predominantly a creative designer and visual development artist.
Okay. And where have you worked in the past? Can you tell us about some of the companies you've worked for or projects you've worked on?
Yeah, I did my internship with Disney's Creative Entertainment down in Florida. And then I did some freelance work for creative entertainment on the West Coast with Disney. And then I've worked for Entertainment Design Corporation, Vizier Productions, and the Producers Group predominantly, although I do have had other clients. And we've done projects for a number of larger companies as well, including Disney's Imagineering and Universal Creative as well.
Okay, great. And this is in the disciplines of concept design. Is it any production design or is it primarily
Concept
illustration?
design, set design. I've done a lot of color board work, storyboarding, character costume design. Usually at the higher end of the costume design. But yeah, so like pretty much one of my coworkers used to say, if it's art, I do it. So
That's a great saying. I might have to adopt that. Awesome. Okay, and what's your current location?
I'm currently located in Los Angeles.
Okay, and I know everything's digital, but if you were offered a position somewhere else, would you be interested in talking about that further?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I'm open to working in Orlando, anywhere in the US, and even abroad, depending on the location. Yeah.
Wonderful. All right, well, could you share your portfolio with us, please?
Sure. Right. So this is a project I worked on with the producers group at Trans Studio Bali. That was a stunt show, stage design, as well as prop design, all sorts of things. It was themed off of the Tibetan temple. It was a fantasy story where these raiders came in and then these yetis came to life. Lots of mystical, fun adventure that is currently now in Trans Studio Bali. So I did some hero art, some set stage design. Again, anything art related, I did it. I also did a bunch of prop design there, including some show action equipment props, which you'll see on I guess it's the left-hand side of the screen, where these little arms came down. And then I also worked on the Trans Studio Chibuber location, stunt show design again with the producers group, where I did also a stage design there, but here's some graphics that I also worked on while I was there, including the marquee. We had these streaming false billboards as well, so we had some fun with those. And then also at Trans Studio Chibuber, I worked on a dark ride attraction called Alien Taxi, where I did, again, some more set design, but also the alien character designs, a couple of them, and some mural designs that were done with the blacklight interior of the ride, because the ride was themed around this concept that these aliens were taking you into this alternate galaxy far beyond our galaxy. So it was fun coming up with a lot of visual elements and different types of planets that may exist in this alternate galaxy. When I was with Entertainment Design Corporation, I had the opportunity to work on some attraction design for the Marvelous Mural Show at the Great Wolf Lodge. Now, this is at multiple locations, so I can't give you any, one specific one because it's they're trying to put them in all of their locations as far as I'm aware. This location was in Georgia. The mural comes to life. So it has a dormant mode where it's just a beautiful art piece, and then it comes to life and this color splashes across it, and then it animates. And pieces of it have show action elements that open up so that it's a new stage they can project on. So I developed the entirety of the design for the frame, the storyboards, the as you can see, the show action elements as well, came up with ideas for that. And then I also was able to illustrate some books that are in the gift shop as well for that included the stories in the Marvelous mural. This is a piece of concept art, personal work. I did a program with CGMA where I was able to do a lot more and develop my interiors and exterior design. So this was a speakeasy bar design. I used 3D model to get the basics in there, and then went back with Photoshop as well, and a little bit of Photo Bash and some fun stuff in there. With the producers group, I worked on doing some ride vehicle design for the Dark Rider, and we had to come up with a bunch of different concepts of not just one theme, but we wanted to do a couple different ones to show. So these were some potential concepts for the clown circus theme of the ride. We also did a pirate ship theme, so came up with a couple different ways to do it. This ride is a hanging dark ride theme that they came up with extreme engineering. And then I have this carousel, a couple carousel pieces that are personal works. I'm pretty well known in the general art community for these. One is the Day of the Dead inspired design, and another one is just, they call it the Halloween carousel, but it was essentially a barbarian style design. My personal work that I did, this was my graduation project that I'm still working on, is a Middle Earth theme park design, incorporating, as you can see, the various elements in The Hobbit and in Lord of the Rings. And so it was fun to do kind of a Herb Ryman style illustration, and then come up with what attractions might be within these rides. And last but not least, part of the CGMA program, I did a Greek/Roman inspired design that was a Centaur bathhouse. So I took the Roman elements and then elevated it to thinking, okay, well, how would this function for a Centaur? So it had to be 7 feet tall doorways minimum, if not bigger. And then sloping bathing pools, because horses, when they walk down things, can slip. This kind of incorporated my horse background as well. Stairs were larger, and so on. But you can also see here some of my design process. I do a lot of reference work, and I try to pull and get things as close to believable as possible, because I believe that the details are important in helping people find their place in the world that I create. So that's it.
Sara Gilman for president. That was delicious. Thank you for sharing. That's like visual eye candy. Thank you. I love it.
I tried.
Man, yeah, that was awesome. I can't wait to see more. I have a couple questions for you. The first was, in seeing your portfolio, I was wondering if you also do any writing, or do you typically get like a script or a creative narrative from another writer and then illustrate there?
Sorry.
Okay.
I have worked collaboratively in a lot of blue sky scenarios. Usually we have a writer, but I have assisted with coming up with concepts and developing ideas that then the writer takes on and does the writing themselves. I have not, as of yet, done any writing. Okay. But yeah, I've assisted in the blue sky development process.
Got it. Okay. I love that alien taxi. Right when you presented that, I was like, yes, why doesn't this exist in my life? I need this.
Well, it's in Studio Chaboover, so
I'm going to look it up after this. Thank you. I had another question, and that was, after your concept phase, how far can you go in the production phase? Like, I know you design set pieces and things, but how far into the technical work can you go?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find your limits. Where are your limits, Sara?
I've done some drafting, and I am familiar with CAD. I've done some 3D development work. It's just I don't take it probably any further than the drafting, basic drafting process.
Okay.
So I haven't done any fabrication or anything like that.
Got it. Okay. All right, cool. How about any art direction? Have you ever done any art direction of fabrication or anything like that?
Yes, I'm in the process of doing some art direction on a project that's unfortunately under NDA, so I can't share. But yeah, I've done some art direction. I also did a little bit of assisting with some basic install when I was at uh, Creative Entertainment, Disney's Creative Entertainment. So I was able to go on site and help with install and those last minute adjustments and art direction that, just kind of go wacky and you're like, oh, we got to put something in.
Right. Okay, awesome. All right, let me get back to my script here. Do you have any other disciplines that you work in or have interest in that you want to share with everybody?
Yeah, I've done some background design. I've also done some early concept for film and animation, and I've done some illustration work for books. I mean, Great Wolf Lodge was one of the books series, but I've done some other ones as well.
Oh, that sounds great. What programs do you work in? I saw that you were doing some 3D modeling. You were talking about Photoshop. Tell us more about the programs you typically use.
Yeah, sure. So I've worked predominantly in Photoshop and Illustrator. As you can see, I've done some graphic design as well. But I've also done work in Blender, in Maya, SketchUp, anything that can kind of help me pre-visualize. I didn't have it in my portfolio, but I've done some texture work for 3D models, and worked closely with the 3D model team to establish textures and bump maps and all of that. I've also worked in, as I mentioned, CAD, although it's not a strength compared to the other ones. And I've done some work in Storyboard Pro. Trying to think. Oh, ZBrush, also in a little bit in ZBrush as well.
Excellent. All right. Well, if the viewers out there would like to see more and contact you, how should they do that?
It's easiest to contact me by email. My website also does have an email little box that you can fill out if that's easier as well.
Okay, and your website's there on the screen,
Yes.
Lunateo. Is that how I say it?
Yep, Lunateo.
Lunateo.com. All right, Sarah. Well, thank you so much for coming on with us and sharing your amazing work. I can't wait to go dive in more. And I
Thank
hope the
you.
viewers out there will too. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
All right. And for those of you out there who are looking for freelancers like Sarah and others who work in the themed attractions industry, please visit us at slicecreativenetwork.com. Thank you.